Hello, welcome to another Looney Tunes review video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to follow my journey to review all 1000 classic Looney Tunes shorts and give this video a like as well. So this is a review for Sleepy Time Possum, and with me today to try not to fall asleep is my good friend MacPeter. Say hi. Yeah, I don't blame you. and we'll discuss why in a few moments, of course. So this is, as mentioned, Sleepy Time Possum, released on the 3rd of November 1951. It had a Blue Ribbon reissue sometime in 1960. It's the 633rd in the series, and it's directed by Bob McKimson. An unrestored version is available on the Looney Tunes Golden Collection Volume 6 DVD set. There is a brand new HD version out there with the original titles, so hopefully one day they'll come on disc. You know, cough, collector's choice, cough, you know, that kind of jazz.
Woof! Woof!
So, in case you haven't seen this one, well, it's about the Opossum family, and Ma Opossum is annoyed that Junior is not peeling the taters, as she says. So she sends out Pa to get Junior to peel the taters, and he decides, you know what, I'm going to disguise myself as a dog and, I guess, scare Junior into peeling the taters. So that's pretty much what it is. By way of trivia, not really much to say on this one, although in Devin Baxter's Patreon post about this short, and if you haven't subscribed to his Patreon, definitely do so. He's got some wonderful stuff in there.
Yep.
You know, some amazing stuff, and including an animated breakdown on this one. So if you do want to know who animated what, there's where you would find out. But he does mention one interesting thing, and that this is actually the last short with Cornette Wood as McKimson's layout artist. And honestly, whoever takes over, look, I love McKimson's shorts, don't get me wrong, but they do all look the same pretty much when it comes to layouts, more or less.
McKimson really did have full control of how the cartoons would look visually, and it really just kind of shows that he was suppressing a lot of the independence of the look from other people.
Including animation with, like, Rod Scribner. I mean, if you look at Scribner paired with McKimson versus when he was actually in Clampett's unit, well, it's like almost a night and day difference there. You can still see the animation, but...
certainly not being as pushed.
Exactly, yeah. But look, that's not to, you know, put down McKimson or anything. It's just...
his direction didn't really call for stuff like Scribner.
Yeah, exactly right. And it's similar to, I guess, what Chuck was doing. I mean, he was doing so much drawings, like every, 11th or 12th drawing was pretty much Chuck's anyway. So yeah, I see this as a similar sort of thing anyway. So It's not...
with McKimson, I guess he was just a bit more focused on it, and he was definitely more of an animator than a director.
But he's made some fine shorts. But sadly, this one... honestly, I know some of you watching this like this one for whatever reason, and hey, more power to you. If you love this one, definitely let me know in the comments. But I only saw it once before in the unrestored version on the Golden Collection, but I finally had a chance now to watch this new restoration, which looks great, by the way, and original titles are always welcome. But by the end of it, I was like, it's serviceable, it's fine, but...
nothing special.
Yeah, don't worry, the review's not over. we'll discuss. Yep, that's it. We'll just finish it then. No. There's a lot to like about this one. It's just, again, it's just a serviceable short where I don't know if McKimson was intending to launch a new series of characters or not.
Just seems like he didn't have a character to use. He decided to do something. It seems McKimson really liked these rural characters and doing species under discussed, I guess you would say, not as well used because, of course, it culminates in Taz, but he always looked out for different animals to use, and I guess opossums were interesting to him in the moment.
That's right. And just as an aside, one weird thing between the US and Australia when it comes to the whole possum name is that you guys have opossums, which are one type of animal, and we have possums, another type of animal. Recently, I saw an actual possum in a car park. This was at night, and my daughter was like, "Oh, what's that?" I said, "Oh, that's a possum," and it's a beautiful looking possum. And I showed it to my good friend and friend of the channel, Luke Perkins, and he was like, "Oh, that's not a possum." I said, "Oh no, you're thinking opossum. This is a possum." So, you know.
The main difference is that our opossums have more of a white mass than the possums in Australia.
But they definitely don't have the apostrophe like the name of the couple here, then which I thought, you know, that was nice. It was a nice little touch. And as you pointed out, McKimson seems to have an affinity of using a lot of rural type characters. I mean, come on. I mean, this is the guy who created Flock on Leghorn, for crying out loud, right? So
Schmo Crow also had a rural setting with that farmer character.
yeah, so McKimson clearly had an affinity for it, which is fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. But you just know where this is sort of going with the type of characters. Goes, hey Ma, hey Pa, the whole.
Mhm. They
And
work better when they're trying to kill their neighbors.
yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. And I have to say, Junior is a cute looking character. I guess maybe they'll just go for the whole cutesy thing where
They were trying to play it as if, oh, he's this cute little kid. You shouldn't have to bother him, Pa.
yeah, exactly. But as a parent, I actually relate more to the parents in this one. It's like, come on, kids, do something, wash the dishes, clean your room, whatever. But so I guess maybe as a kid, you probably relate to Junior, and then as an adult, you kind of relate to the parents a bit more. So I know for USC, it's probably going to be a while yet before you start relating maybe to the parents
Yep.
in this. Yeah. But I will say, once the dog suit comes on, the short does get a little bit better. It does, some of the gags are funny. Again, they're serviceable. And if you've been watching all these in order like me, you've seen a lot of them before, like the whole
Tree.
a tree, when Pa hits it. I mean, I've seen that before in a Clampett short. It's funny. There's nothing wrong with it, but I think Clampett did it better. But anyway, that's just...
Yeah, Clampett, Avery, Davis, they all kind of used that tree joke before and made it funnier. The
Yeah.
main thing is that just the pacing of the short is a little sluggish. I guess you would say there's too few gags, not as much action, not as much slapstick. Still funny, but it just could use more gags.
Yeah, because it takes about 2 minutes before he really gets into the meat of it, which, of course, as I said, is when Pa goes to the dog suit. And, speaking of the dog suit, there's two things about it. One, I love the touch of the glasses. Like, why? Does it need glasses? No, but I thought it looked pretty amusing. I thought it was funny. But look at the scene when Pa is running like a dog. The great thing about the animation here is that it's not animated like a dog running. I mean, yeah, it's got the the four legs, but it's animated like someone pretending to run like a dog, and you can tell he's wearing a suit. It's fantastic. I really, really love that one bit. I watched it in slow motion, and the level of detail on that bit was just fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. McKimson always, of course, was trying to push the animation, especially around this time, and the way he mainly gets it is, of course, with this dog suit that's just a little too big for Pa to handle.
Exactly, and of course, it's apparently scary enough to scare Ma. I do like her reaction, the whole "don't do that," that kind of thing, which I thought...
and they try to get some deadpan with the kid, who's, of course, sleepy, but knows all well that it's his dad in it, just trying to get him to do things, but we never really pushed the deadpan out of it. It would have been funny, I guess, for the Pa to do like a big bad wolf thing where he keeps trying to scare the child, but he just keeps sleeping. But again, there's just too few gags in this.
Yeah, I do agree. But I mean, I guess the biggest mystery, though, and I guess you guys can explain in the comments below, because this might be a reference to the way someone actually dressed in some sort of a movie or a serial or something. But I like how Pa is dressed up. He's got pants, he's got a tie, but he's got no top on. It's like, surely that's a reference to something. The way someone dressed. I mean, I can understand in the rule setting you might not wear a top because it might be really hot or something, but why the tie? I don't know. That was pretty funny.
Maybe just trying to establish him as dad. Just kind of odd, though.
Well, I guess I got to start wearing ties, don't I? Maybe I should start wearing them in the videos for this channel.
I'm the only one at my job who wears them.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything. There really is nothing much to talk about in this one.
You're right, there is nothing. We're just gonna go play possum after this.
Yep, exactly. So look, I'm giving this one 6.5 out of 10, and I think that's probably even being generous. But what I like about it is that it's a perfectly serviceable cartoon. If it happens to be on and nothing else, yeah, I'll watch it. I'll still laugh at a few bits in there, and I can admire some of the animation, but it's just not memorable. It's just, it's 10 PS on an off day, I'd say, but 6.5, I think. What would you rate this one?
6, well animated, has jokes, doesn't do anything special, kind of just for the motion, I guess, too sluggish. It sounds like we don't really like this short. Well, to be fair, yeah, but again, it's totally serviceable. But when you have to watch it a little bit just to get these reviews done, I guess this isn't one they expected to be a big hit.
And again, if you like this short, definitely let me know in the comments. Like, maybe you might have grown up with it on Cartoon Network or whatever. I definitely
It has
would
nice
like to know.
personality, at least, with the rural idea.
Yeah, exactly. It's a perfectly harmless, serviceable short, and there's not much to it. So for those of you who are expecting a 1 hour and a half mega review like I did with Rabbit Fire, and if you haven't checked that out, please do. I'm sorry to disappoint. But That'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.
That's all, folks.
Is that boy sleeping again?
Nope. Peeling taters.